What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another NBA 2K17 Pro Am game. Going against the Fly Life team today in their gym. Someone asked in the comment section of my last video what my players overall was, so I figured I showed you guys the whole team's overalls, including myself. We're at an 89 overall with this 6'3 playmaking point guard. Now, we were previously using the 5'11 playmaking point guard, and he was a 95 overall. I had all his attribute capped out that I could. I gave him all the badges I could. Got everything to Hall of Fame, yada yada yada. This guy hasn't been, grinded too much yet. I'm still working on that, so we're still trying to raise that. We're still trying to get him his badges. He doesn't have too many of those right now. But for now, this 89 overall, it gets the job done. Passes the ball well. You see Brian setting a brick wall screen. The ball is moving so smoothly right now. That's back-to-back possessions where it touched all 5 players' hands in a short amount of time. So right now, we are very in sync. And look at this happening once again. It is great ball movement, and that's going to get people an open shot. Even though Nick missed it right there, the ball moves faster than players. That's one thing you got to know. That's Spurs basketball right there, the way they move it around so fluidly. The ball will touch like 8 guys' hands in one possession, sometimes without even hitting the floor. Look at that quick decisions, and unselfishness that's the result of it. It's buckets right now. It's a 5-point lead. Also, good defense helping us out get this lead as we're going to wait patiently, get Michael, and really wanting to get him to 3 right there. Pass sucked him in a little bit, but he's still able to get the mid. He's got his sharpshooting Graham badge activated and locked in. How about that shot? Went through the backboard. Okay, 2K, this dude shot it behind the backboard, and I guess, he had an invisible ball to shoot, so it was able to go through, and now all of a sudden they're only down by 6 right now, despite their slow start, as Michael's going to get the quick bucket, just out hustling them, and that'll be 2 points, and right now he is our offense early on, as this guy, contested 3 is going to drop right in our face, and sometimes you go against these guys that just They play better with a contest. And this guy wasn't even like a sharpshooter or anything like that where you think he would make those kind of things. He was a playmaking point guard, as that's a turnover. Went like off Josh's shoulder or something weird like that. But yeah, some of these guys, they just make the most weird contested jumpers. And then when you leave them open, they'll miss their shots. And this seemed to be one of those kind of players. You see Josh with the ball, looking to create back to us. And look who's trailing. It is Michael. Bang! From outside. They got to learn to respect our stretch big, because he will do that all night long as he gets the swat. But it's going to end up in the hands of that blue dude who gets the bucket. Now, we have Nick at the small forward position. I don't think you guys have seen Nick in the video before, so I introduce you to the 8th member of the Mongees Dick Dicks. Nick, he is actually a friend of Michael. Oh, by the way, let's just check out this play for a second. We're actually going to bring this back, because check out this bounce in air. That is not the way gravity works, in case you were wondering. That's not part of Isaac Newton's laws of physics or motion or anything like that, alright? That's just 2K at its finest more than anything else, is we're going to get Josh inside, and he's going to finish it viciously. But, yeah, that bounce was just weird. Shot to 2K. And once again, like I said, this guy was just a master at making bad shots, even ones that defy the laws of physics. But, yeah, so Nick's a friend of Michael and Josh's. In real life, they all live in Arizona, so Nick is sometimes on. He'll play with us. Nick, he plays a little bit of my team and stuff like that. He doesn't play too much Pro-Am, so he's not exactly an expert and all that. But he is a not stretch 4. He's a sharpshooting 3. He's gonna be able to space the 4 for us a little bit and not turn the ball over 10 times. Play some decent defense. That's all we really need from him, as Brian's gonna get that dunk inside, and we got a nice little 7-point lead early on, maintaining what we had in the first quarter. All that damage we did early on as we had close to halftime, driving in the paint and looking, waiting, got Josh, and he's gonna just slice his way, find the open crease in the defense, and get the bucket. We go into halftime with a 7-point lead, doing a good job of breaking apart their zone defense. As many teams like to run, they'll run either a 2-3 or a 3-2 zone, and really my job is to break that down and either get the open shot, which is usually in the middle of the zone, or as Michael goes to coast, you gotta stop the ball before you stop anything else, and no one stopped Michael. This dude, nice crossover, but he goes straight into Brian. You know what I'm saying, man? These guys just like bad shots. He goes into our center, gets an and 1 finish right there. He's gonna try the same thing once again, but this time he goes out of bounds. And these guys were mainly, trying to get the ball inside the paint, trying to get it to the 2 big men to power forward was getting a lot of offensive rebounds. You'll see like he's leading in their stats and points and rebounds and all this stuff. So that was mainly their whole game, trying to get that inside as they get the small forward to make a rare bucket right there. Thankfully, the small forward wasn't, doing too much. I don't think either small forwards were doing, crazy things on the stat sheet. But that's okay with us right now because we're playing another one of those games where we go inside a lot, try to get Brian, but also Michael stretching the floor. It's pretty spread out right now. Besides us, we are spreading it around as that's a bad shot. That's gonna airball right into the center's hands. Like I said, they're just trying to play this bully ball inside. The guys in the perimeter weren't doing too much as we're gonna try to drive by our dude, get in the paint. That dude jumps. That's Josh wide open inside. He's gonna dunk that ball. And we're on a nice facilitating streak right now. 5 assists without a turnover. We do have 3 in this game, which is a little bit more than I like to have. The amount of times we pass the ball, I can live with 1 or 2 turnovers a game. Anything past that, don't really like that. That's just, one too many mistakes by myself as Michael's gonna hit the 3-pointer right there, get us a 10-point lead. These guys, they were sticking in the game throughout. They were making good plays, but they just were never able to, get consecutive stops on defense to really get themselves a lead in this game, get themselves on that big run. As they, they're getting their chances as on the offensive end, they're converting those mainly inside. You see, they try to do it once again, and they're just throwing up shots right now. In the second half, these 2 guys were mainly just throwing up shots. Once they realized, the perimeter was, not really an option, they just wanted to throw up as many of those kind of shots as they could, and this guy just continued going at it. And eventually, you're not going to make those shots. This guy was kind of annoying to go against, just because, when you go against those guys that make the bad shots early on, it just kind of frustrates you, because you're like, you're not supposed to be doing that good. Your stats shouldn't be saying, like, 3 for 6 shooting. You should be like 0 for 6 shooting. Is that I digress to point out the fact that that dude was running out of bounds that possession. There's a reason why I showed that possession, besides the fact that it was a turnover for them. This guy ends up lagging out the game, their shooting guard. So that's a big loss right there. Not only because they lose 1 of their 5 guys, as we're going to throw a turnover right there. That was wide open Brian. We just threw it right off the jumping defender. But the fact that I mentioned earlier, these guys run the zone defense. Now with a CPU, it's going to be very hard to run that zone as they go inside. And oh my goodness, that is goaltending and 1. And it's going to cut it to a 3-point lead. So maybe they don't need this guy. They just continue forcing up those shots inside as Michael is wide open. I don't know if they try to play a zone in that position, even with the CPU or what, but needless to say, that did not work. It's ended a shot clock trying to force something up. There is nothing to be found. We are running. Josh is up ahead, and like I said, once he's in that restricted area, he's going up high. It's up to you to either block that shot or watch it go in as they go inside. But Michael with great positioning right there. This blue-headed freak that was dominating the game for the most part, not able to finish that inside. Meanwhile, we're just looking to get more assists right now. I'm just in a groove, finding guys open. Oh, but Josh couldn't make the open shot, and Brian gets blocked on the putback attempt. So that's too easy makes that we ended up missing, but Michael answers on the inbound pass. Great pass from Nick right there. Like I said, that's all we really need Nick to do. We're not asking Nick to score 30 or anything like that. He just, there to be a glue guy on the team and not really, just don't mess it up as they're moving the ball around. That is on Nick right there. Made this guy get open for 3, trying to play a little bit too much help defense, but that is to be expected. But for the most part, he's doing his job. Everyone else is doing their job, and that is why we have an 8-point lead. All we gotta do is not blow this one towards the end, as this guy is going to get his first open shot of the game and not make it. I mentioned earlier, that is exactly the way 2K works, and they missed 2 open shots in that possession. I believe that last one was by their center, though, which is a little bit of a questionable shot. We can look up ahead, way up ahead, and that's Josh. This time he's cashing in the mid-range jumper. That slasher, he's slashing to the rim, but I mentioned it a lot. He can definitely knock down that mid-range with high efficiency. So we just gotta not turn the ball over right now, not do anything stupid as we're looking, waiting. Josh mid, one more pass. Michael, bang from downtown. He is stretching the floor big time. They are not respecting his range, and that could end up, well, probably will end up costing them. There, I just got a little bit shot hungry. I was like, what, maybe I can put up this floater in the zone, but just not much floor spacing to be had right there. That guy gets an open dunk, so we're gonna make sure we slow down the possession a little bit more this time around. We already have the lead. You don't want to blow anything like that, trying to just force up shots. So we do that, though we do find a wide open Josh. He's gonna put it up and get it to go. And 9-point lead late in this game. We were gonna kill clock. But when Josh is that open, I gotta pass the ball right there and let him do what he does best, throw it down, and that is definitely gonna solidify this game up ahead of the pack, trying to double our point total. Oh, maybe even more. We could have gotten that and 1, but instead we are able to draw the foul, and that will end this game, but not before Michael just lets them know to respect him. We literally played the entire game, and they still did not respect him from pretty much that same exact spot. And if you can't do that, you're not going to win games, especially against us, because that pass is hitting Michael anytime he's that deep. We have confidence in him that he'll make those shots because, well, he does make them a lot, and that's why he's the player of the game. That's why we win the game. Leave a like in the video if you guys enjoyed it. Getting to these guys, subscribe for more NBA 2K17 Pro-Am games in my career, whenever the hell my career actually comes out. And until then, I'll catch you guys next time.